Like your mom's sending me some pictures of,
What?
ooh, my goodness, lots of them. Um, is that all you're going to tell me about your Diwali?
Are great things with Diwali.
Did you have any special food or?
Oh yes, my mother made me a Hershey's cake.
Oh, what's that like?
My mother had some Hershey's and she poured a lot of Hershey's syrup in the cake batter.
Ooh, that's delicious. So it was a chocolate cake?
We didn't put any icing.
Oh, okay. Well, sounds like fun. I'm going to go to a Diwali celebration on Sunday night.
Oh,
The school where Vishalini goes and where Raj went in Macomb, they're having their celebration this coming Sunday night. And they'll have dancing and probably singing and a special program, and then they'll have food. That's what I'm going for, is for the food. Lots of good Indian food. There'll be biryani and probably chicken 65 and I don't know, all kinds of stuff. There'll be what else? Yogurt rice.
yogurt rice.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, rice.
Yeah. Anyway, it's really good. Okay, so we're going to read chapter 6 today, right?
Yeah.
All right, and it's a new friend.
And the book is with me. How my mother got the book?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. What'd you say?
My book over here. How my mother send you pictures now?
Well, she took pictures of the pages and sent them to me.
But the book is with me.
I don't know. Maybe she has a book too.
No, we have one book.
Oh, well, I don't know. She just sent them to me. So she must have taken a picture earlier and you didn't know it.
Actually, I said her, you no need to keep some pictures. But she said, Jack don't have the same book like us. I think in his book it will be different. In our book it will be different. That's why I'm sending him. She said, no, mom, they're same. How yesterday he said that I missed some verse, but how he said the books are same, mom. I said, but she didn't listen and she's keeping the pictures.
Well, no, the books are not the same. So I had to have her go ahead and send the photos. My books were different.
Some books are same. Some books are same.
Yeah, you have a different version of what I had. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started because it looks like it's several pages.
1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, that's a lot of reading. Are you ready to go?
I think you forgot the last time we met, we finished 10 pages.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
then
repeat
this
after you.
then this will be easy. So I'm ready whenever you are.
Clara is a little daughter of Emma Seaman in Frankfurt. Was a crippler child.
Crippled.
Crippled.
What does crippled mean?
He's very happy child.
Let's go on and maybe you'll get a clue from the next sentence.
She spent her days in wheelchair. Had seen late. I think her leg was broken and she was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, it means that if you're crippled, that means that your legs don't work the way they're supposed to. Looks like she is unable to walk, and she had a thin, pale face. So they're describing her as not a real healthy child. Okay, go ahead.
Clara's father was often away from home. He had put Miss Romanson to change of her house.
Okay,
Signed, Careless.
let me read that sentence for you, and then you read it after me, okay? Clara's father was often away from home. He had put Miss Rottenmeier in charge of the house since Clara's mother died. All right, now you read it.
Same sentence.
Yeah,
Clara's father was often away from home. He had put Miss I can't understand the ladies.
Rottenmeier.
Rottenmeier in charge of the house. Signed, Clara Mother dies.
Go ahead.
His only condition was that everything should be done according to his daughter's wishes. At that moment, Clara's soft blue eyes were fixed
Impatiently.
patiently on the clock. He asked, Isn't it time yet, Mr. I can't get her name.
Well, let's sound it out. ROTT would be Rot, N-E-N, Rottenmeier.
Maya,
Rottenmeier.
Rottenmeier.
Yeah.
Housekeeper was busy with her embroidery.
Embroidery.
Is it?
That's like you're sewing little designs. You're sewing designs on a cloth with colored thread.
But here we don't do it. We have ready-made designs.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes that's a skill that it's if you can do it well, the finished product is very beautiful. All right, so the housekeeper was busy with her embroidery. Go ahead.
As Clara repeated her question, Date had Heidi arrive at the front door and were shown into the library by Tina, the maid. Date stood politely by the door, gripping Heidi's hand tight.
Okay.
Miss Rottenmeier exclaimed. Heidi was not pleased with her appearance. What is your name, Miss Rottenmeier asked Heidi.
Okay, what is your name? Miss Rottenmeier asked. Heidi, the child said clearly, her eyes fixed on the housekeeper.
What kind of name is that? Housekeeper said. Surely you were not
Christened.
That I don't remember, Heidi replied. What a way you answer, Miss Rottenmeier. Is she stupid or she's being cheeky?
Okay, So Miss Rottenmeier is not real impressed with Heidi at the moment. She said, "What a way to answer," said Miss Rottenmeier. "Is she stupid or is she being cheeky? I mean, like giving her a smart answer." So we know Heidi's not stupid, but Miss Rottenmeier's not real impressed with her. What a way to answer. Okay, go ahead. Deet poke.
He poked Heidi and said, "Let me speak for a child. She is not used to talk to strangers. She is not shy. She is not used to talk to strangers. She is not stupid or cheeky. But says exactly what she thinks. She is willing to learn good manners. She was
She was
sealed.
she was christened Adelaide.
She was
Adelaide.
christened Adelaide after her dead mother, who was my sister, and
Who was my sister. Okay. When you're christened, that means like you're baptized in the Catholic Church. So she was, when you're christened, you're baptized as a very small child or maybe even a baby when she was still a baby. And at that time, they give her name, her true name, and her true name is Adelaide. Okay, she was christened Adelaide after her dead mother, who was my sister. Deet is trying to explain to the housekeeper who Heidi is. All right. Ah, that is much better, said the housekeeper.
but I am surprised to see such a young girl. Date. I told you I wanted a girl for Carola's girl, 12 years, so that she could share Carola's lesson. How old is Adela? I think she's about 10 years old, said Dave. Heidi said quickly, "Grandfather, I was 8." She was confused. Dave poked her again. Miss Rottenmeier, Miss Rottenmeier said angrily, "Only 8? That is far too young. And what books have you learned from?"
Okay. Now we know Heidi hasn't been to school, right? So
Yes.
Miss Rottenmeier is saying, well, we need a girl that's older and who already has had some schooling, so she can help Clara with her studies. But I think it's going to be the other way around because Heidi doesn't know, she hasn't had any schooling, so she doesn't know how to read or write or do any of the things that probably Clara does. All right, so go ahead.
Nancy, what? Explained the lady. Then how did you learn to read? Peter and I never learned to read, Heidi replied. Miss Rottenmeier is horrified. Really? You cannot read? Then what you have learned? Nothing, said Heidi truthfully. This is not a kind competition. We want
This is not a kind companion we want. Companion is like a friend or someone who would be with you. Your companion is whoever is with you. Like your friend, if you and your friend go out shopping, so your friend would be your companion. This is not the kind of companion we want, said housekeeper. The housekeeper told Deet. How could you bring me a child like this?
Great reminded
You
from
mean,
and said, I am sorry, but I
Jack, once.
thought.
Hi, Jack. Sorry.
yeah.
Joanna, can you sit straight? I can't see you. Where is your whole iPad? Where is your phone? Yeah, go ahead. Keep your book in front of you, right? Why are you keeping it out there? Chipila.
This is exactly the kind of child who would suit you. I must go now, as my mistress is waiting for me. I will come back to see how the child is getting on. With that, they quickly ran down and disappeared out of the front door. Miss Rottenmouth hurried after her. Carla called Heidi to her and asked, Do you want to call Heidi or Adla? I'm always called Heidi, the child said. Then I will always call you Heidi. Carla said, It suits you. I have never met a child like you. Have you always had a short curly hair? Yes, I think so, said Heidi. Are you glad to come to Frankfurt? Carla asked.
Okay, Clara. Make sure you get that L sound there. Clara. Clara.
Clara.
Yeah, that's better.
No,
Have you-
replied Heidi. But I shall go home tomorrow with a white loaf grandmother. How funny are you? Exclaimed Clara. Don't you know that you are to stay here and share my lesson? My true Emma Canadilla.
My tutor, do you know what a tutor is?
No.
Tutor is someone who comes in and gives you your schooling lessons, your school lessons. So it's someone who comes to you and teaches you your school lessons. So Clara is telling Heidi, my tutor, Mr. Candidate, that's his name, Mr. Candidate, comes at 10 o'clock every morning, and the lessons go on until 2. So her tutor, the person who comes to teach her reading and writing and math, those kinds of things, comes at 10 o'clock in the morning and leaves at 2. Okay, go ahead. It seems such a long time.
Sometimes my tutor yawns behind his book, and Mr. Rottenmeier yawns behind her handkerchief. But if I yawn, she gives me clothes of cold liver oil.
She gives me a dose of cod liver oil. A dose is like a spoonful. It'd just be a small amount. She gives me a dose of cod liver oil. If they catch Clara yawning, even though her tutor yawns and Miss Rottenmeier yawns behind their book, they try to hide it. But if Heidi yawns, they give her a dose of cod liver oil.
Oh, I think it is so bitter.
Huh?
It's so bitter.
Well, it's not very good tasting. It tastes nasty. So anyway, so Heidi has to swallow her yawns. Have you ever had to yawn but you didn't want to, so you just kind of swallow it? It says, so I have to swallow my yawns. That's what Clara said. But now it will be amusing to watch you learn to read.
Heidi shook her head
Doubtfully at this. Heidi shook her head doubtfully. She doubted that she was going to learn how to read.
At this, everyone must learn to read. Heidi, Carla said, Amor, Candia, I forgot her name.
I don't know where you're at. Heidi shook her head doubtfully at this. Everyone must learn to read, Heidi, Clara said. Mr. Candidate is very patient and will teach you well. At first, you won't understand what he says, but later you will learn.
Mrs. Rottenmeier returned to the room upset that she could not catch it. She took out her station on
Sebastian the butler.
Sebastian the butler scolding him. As Sebastian Wheeler, Carla dining room, Heidi started at him and said, You look like just Peter.
You look just like Peter.
Rottenmeier was horrified that Heidi had addressed Sebastian if he was her friend. Carla was lifted from her wheelchair to the chair. And on Miss dinner table, Miss Rottenmeier sat beside her. Beside her, a gestured to Heidi to sit opposite her.
What does it mean? What does that mean? Mrs. Rottenmeier sat beside her and just gestured to Heidi to sit opposite her. A gesture is something you would just do with your hand. Like she was telling Heidi, go sit over there, right there. Okay, so that's a gesture. Or this might be a gesture. Has your mom ever done this to you?
Yes.
What's that mean?
Be silent.
Yeah, right. So that's a gesture. So Miss Rottenmeier gestured Heidi to go sit opposite of her at the table. Okay. Heidi was delighted
to see a white roll of bread beside her plate. She asked Sebastian, Can I have it? Sebastian
nodded. That means he shook his head. Nodded.
Sebastian nodded. She put the roll in her pocket. Sebastian controlled his laughter, and often Heidi's played a small baked fish. After a few minutes, Heidi asked, Must I eat this? When Sebastian moved again, Heidi said, Then give me some. When Sebastian left, Miss Rottenmeier sighed and said, See, I'm going to have you teach you manners.
Manners. I'm going to have to teach you manners. Do you know what are manners? What?
To be very neat, to be organized, to be very neat.
Well, yes, and manners are how you speak to other people politely and kindly. You like
help other people.
Yes, and if you're sitting at the table, you have to eat in a certain way. You have to say please and thank you. Those are good manners. Okay, so Miss Rottenmeier said, I'm going to have to teach you some manners.
Miss Rottenmeier gave Heidi a long talk on how to behave at the table and how to address the servants. Clara took her. You must call me Clara. Of course, Miss Rottenmeier continued with a great many more rules. Slowly, Heidi's eyes closed. She had been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. She had a long journey. She learned that.
She leaned back in her chair and fell fast asleep.
At the end of the lecture, Miss Rottenmeier asked, "Have you understood understood it all?" Adla,
Adelaide.
Adley,
So at the
yes.
end of her lecture, Miss Rottenmeier asked, have you understood it all, Adelaide? The amused Clara giggled. Heidi went to sleep long back.
The things have to talk later with this child.
The things I have to tolerate with this child.
Miss Rottenmeier angrily, she rang her bell so violently. 2 servants rushed in, but Heidi remained asleep, and it was a great difficulty that the servants managed to get her into her room.
Yeah.
That's the story.
Wow. We did that.
Oh my goodness. We completed 62 pages.
Yeah. We're going right through this book fast. All right, let's summarize this chapter, okay?
Okay.
We
But
summarize it just so Deet is Heidi's aunt. And where did Deet take Heidi?
different pages. Not that.
Where did Deet take Heidi?
To one of the assistants. No, to Frankfurt.
Yes, she took her to Frankfurt to be Clara's companion, right? And Clara, who was Clara? Clara was a crippled child, and she had a tutor, right? And what was the tutor's job?
To teach them lessons.
Right, to teach them lessons. And who is Miss Rottenmeier? She was like the lady who was in charge of taking care of Clara. So Miss Rottenmeier was the person who was in charge of getting everything done for Clara and making sure that Clara was brought up with good manners and that she learned reading and writing and math and all of those things. And they must have been very wealthy because they had all of these servants. They had a butler and they had a maid, and then there were other servants that came at the end and took Heidi to bed after she fell asleep. And so what was Miss Rottenmeier's impression of Heidi? What did she think of Heidi?
She's a very clever girl.
What?
Means when Heidi get the answer, she said she's stupid or she's really.
Yeah, cheeky. She thought she was given smart answers, being a smart little girl. And When I say smart, I don't mean intelligent. I mean, she was being sassy or not being polite in her answers. But Heidi was just saying, just being matter of fact, this is the way it is. Right? Okay, so we talked about tutor and manners. Do you have good manners at the table?
Yes.
Do you say please and thank you?
Yes.
Oh, good for you. I'm glad to hear that. That means you're a good mannered little girl.
Yes. If I ask my mother can a glass of water, if she give me thank you, mama will say.
Good, good. Well, that will be noticed by other people if you're a good, mannerly little girl, and that will help them to like you better. Nobody likes a spoiled brat, do they? Somebody that doesn't behave properly and gets them into trouble. Okay, well, listen, we're out of time. So I guess we'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you on Friday.
Okay.
Okay, you have a good evening. Enjoy your dinner and get some rest.
Yes.
All right. Bye bye.